Hey folks, Micah McGee here. It is time to save out some seed corn for this year's crop. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look through the corn that we've got here. We put this corn in here after we picked it back in the fall, and it stayed dry. It has been mouse proof as best as I can tell. And what we're going to do is go through and find some big ears. Now we go through and we look. That's a pretty good sized ear, but that's not as big as what I'm wanting to save for seed. So this is a bigger ear here. That's a pretty good sized ear. That's a long, so I will save him for seed. And I'm just going to go through here and find the big ones. And that's how I'm going to save my seed. Now, my buddy Eric Hale told me that a better way is to look at the stalk before you pick it and pick corn that has really good strong stalks as well as ear size. So next year, I know this now. I appreciate Eric letting me know that. And so next year I'll be selecting my seed also, not only the large ears, but also from the strong stalks. So that, my friend, is natural selection. So anyway, we're going to get to picking out these big ears here, and we'll start shelling. Now we shell these things by hand because we don't want to crack the kernels with that metal one. Now you've seen us shell with that metal corn sheller. It potentially that could crack a lot of the kernels and you get like a third of a stand of corn in your field. So we always shell it by hand. That way we make for sure our seed is good. So let's get to shelling here. Now I ain't gonna use that one. All right, we've got a lot of corn here that we have picked out. That's just a pretty good little pile. We're going to shell it into a pan, and then we're going to put it into this paper sack. Now you want to store it in paper or cardboard or something like that. You don't want to store it in glass or metal because it can draw moisture. There's a lot of humidity. There's temperature changes. All that causes moisture. So you want to store it in paper or cardboard. So let's get started here. And sometimes shelling these things is not that easy. Get it started on the end. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just work up about an inch at a time. About an inch at a time. And as you go, it gets easier and easier until you're done. Now what you're going to discover is, unless your hands are McGee tough, you're probably going to wear some gloves for this because it won't take too many cobs. As a matter of fact, McGee hands will even blister up over this. So just do this with a little bit of common sense. That way you don't wake up in the morning with a very painful hand. Okay, so we're just going to keep shelling this corn and put it in here. I've got this in this pan with holes so I can kind of sift back and forth, and you can see a lot of the junk comes falling out. So that's kind of a nifty way to do it. All right, we have got the first pan full. And we're going to dump it into this bag right quick. I got me some help here. My cameraman was helping too. We got this pan completely full in about 3 or 4 minutes. It didn't take long, maybe 5 minutes. And we have a lot less to do than we already did. I'm going to say we're going to get a pan and a half out of this pile we picked out. Now if we end up not having enough seed, all we got to do is come back in here and shell some more. This place doesn't have like moths or weevils in it. And so that is good. Now as the time goes on, they will arrive. They may actually be eggs that are already in here, I'm not sure. But we'll get this planted before the weevils take over, and that way we always have reproduction. We can always grow more corn. You guys, if you're doing this, make sure that you shell your corn all the way down to the tip. You want to plant all the kernels on that cob from the tip to the butt, because they all have an influence on your crop. You don't want your crop to get over the years to where it doesn't fill out to the tip properly. Sometimes it does that just because of a drought or something, but you don't want to get the genetics started for that. So let's do this real quick, Joe. Hold this open. We'll just slide this in and give it a dump. slide her right in there. Boom! How many pounds is that? That's at least 10 pounds right there of seed, and all total we're doing about 45 or 50 cobs. I didn't count them, but I sort of guesstimated about 45, 50 cobs. So that gives you an idea. You get a lot out of each cob. Each ear produces a lot of corn. So anyway, for those of you who don't know and that have not been following this channel very long, this is Trucker's Favorite. That is the variety. Now, we like Trucker's Favorite because it has a pretty good sized kernel, but not huge, and it grinds really good for feed and for cornmeal. We make a lot of cornbread out of this. We make a lot of grits out of this. We feed pigs, chickens, and cows with this. It is just the perfect all-around corn for the homestead. So, if you can find some Trucker's Favorite, if you have a good little piece of land that you can grow it on away from other varieties, you want to keep it pure if possible. And mainly you don't want to grow it around, you know, this old GMO corn. If you do grow it around another person's cornfield and you know it's GMO, plant it. It's a long season. It's a longer season than most corn. So plant it, say a little bit after they plant theirs, if you can, in your climate. I plant mine around the end of May, 1st of June, something like that, because I want it to come in the end of the season. And that will ensure that you're not cross-pollinating with some other corn. You can get in legal trouble if your corn cross-pollinates with some GMO corn, some Monsanto or something corn. You save your seed and plant it back, and they can get you in big legal trouble. So this is not popular amongst the big ag companies. They do not like us doing this. But you know what? This is our survival. We don't want their corn. We don't want something that we can't save our seed from and propagate our own. We want self-sufficiency. We want to be on our own. We don't want to be buying their exorbitant priced seeds. And not only that, a lot of people are getting allergies, food allergies from the GMO corn. This corn right here will never cause a food allergy. So we're just going to keep doing our thing, and thankfully nobody around here grows corn that can mess us up. So we're happy for that. But anyway, we're going to get on out of here. We're going to finish this up. We got other things we need to do today, but we appreciate you watching, and if you have any questions, just drop down in the comments and ask me, and I will answer your questions if at all possible. If I know the answer, and if I don't know the answer, I'll try to find it for you. So we appreciate y'all, you guys, and we're going to get out of here. We'll see you on the next video. If you're wondering how the clover did that we put out in the old pig patch, look here. We have got a great stand of clover here.